Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Shotsukihoyo service for the month of January, and Happy New Year. Today we honor family members and friends whose anniversary of their passing are in the month of January. Today's service will be officiated by our supervising minister, Reverend Dennis Fujimoto from the Buddhist Temple of the Alameda. We'll start today with a quiet meditation. Please place your hands together in Gasho. Sensei will strike the bell to begin and end the meditation.
Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namo Amida Butsu.
Please stand. for our opening gatha and the reading of the threefold refuge. Our gatha today will be Gajin's Journey on page 196 in the Purple Book. Master Gajin. The journey of the Reverend Chinese priest Gajin from 688 to 763 is one of the most famous and inspirational stories in Japanese Buddhist literature. In 1732, at a crucial period in the development of Japanese Buddhism, envoys were sent from Japan to China for the purpose of inviting a well-qualified monk to establish proper teachings and precepts in Japan. For 10 years, the envoys had no success recruiting a monk to make the perilous journey to Japan to rectify problems of Masonic practice. They were about to return to Japan, only then did they meet the eminent monk Gajin, who agreed to the perilous journey, saying, "This is solely for the sake of Buddhism. Why must we spare our lives? Since no one will go, I will go." It took 6 incredible attempts over a 12-year span before Master Gajin finally reached Japan in 1754. Threefold Refuge on page 10. Difficult is it to receive a human form, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Dharma of the Buddha, now we hear it. If we do not cross over to the truth in the present life, in what life shall we cross over? Let us, with sincerity and true reverence, take refuge in the 3 treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we live together with all sentient beings, awaken to greater enlightenment, and to the unsurpassed intent of Amida Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we, together with all sentient beings, enter the storehouse of the Dharma, becoming like the wisdom ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we, together with all sentient beings, become units in true accord, in harmony with all things. The peerless, profound, and wondrous Dharma is rare to encounter, even in many hundreds and thousands of kalpas. Now we are privileged to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida.
The names of the Shotsukihoyo honorees for this month will now be read. Those family members and friends observing Shotsukihoyo, please come forward to Ashoko during the reading of the names. Nobuko Furusho, Leroy Ganels, Ayako Hayashi, Yonezo Ishizu, Fuji Ishiju, Mayaso Ito, Tokizo Kimura, Kaiichi Matsuda, Bunichi Bob Yasuda, Hiroshi Kawahara, Asayo Kawaoka, Itsuko Hamamoto, George Kazuo Okazaki, Alejo Bunwan, Fukuichi Kunimoto, Seizo Kunimoto, Suekiichi Masuda, James Taro Matsushita, Sasuke Murakawa, Saihachi Murakami, Shina Murakami, Kenzo John Okazaki, James Ryoshiro Yamasaki, Yasu Kawase, Ayako Shimizu, Dennis Jilka, George Kimura, Genjo Taji, Otani, Betty J. Peterson, Teruo Shinosuka, Tammy Takanaga, Kiyosachi Ueda, Barry Yasuda, Perry Yasuda, Yaichi Okamura, Sui-Yuk Lam, Minoru Matsuda, Ruth Hiragata, Ted Hiraga, Shizuyo Kunimoto, Bill Shimizu, Teiichi Yoshioka, Yuka Matoba, Fuji Murakami Kamatani, Tsutomu Kaneguchi, Shinato Iwamura, Tom Yoneda, Mei Yamaoka, Masao Shimizu, Dr. Tetsuro Fuji, Sunio Moriki, Marcus J. Anderson, Marie Sugiyama, Jean Mukeda, Teru Taniguchi, Sensei will now offer chanting Sambujo, page 24 in the purple book, followed by the dedication and sutra chanting. Today's sutra will be the first half of Amida Kyo, page 103.
Byakumon. Today, on this occasion of the Shotsuki service for the month of January, members of our temple families have reverently come before Amida Buddha in memory of their beloved. With deepest reverence and thankfulness for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of Amida, we reaffirm the three homages. Namo Kie Butsu, Namo Kie Ho, Namo Kie So. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Please repeat the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Shotsukihoyo,
逆行逆式逆行二尿高月者二号極楽極道上旬尿性空徳将軍武者二号二部国道調査天学黄金日昼夜六時二分曼荼羅慶報告修正上位昇誕学位英国上州の慶供養他法十万六仏食理直事現状本国本直教教者利法国ら国の上州行政空徳将軍仏師者利法異国庁修十記名雑式市長学校客法務者利他用民が無名市長聖書宗長長や六時水和芸能高音年長高根合力死亡大文発祥論文行成功の合同修上門税本に大質念仏年法年相者利法の持つ意思超越税財交渉少々医者が義務国道部三幕主者利法五部国道上部三幕道信用学業武術聖書宗教大聖阿弥陀仏力量大温泉流園芸少佐者利法義部国道未付水の小法五十流法ラモ水義行二尿百千十学領事空差門税恩赦大事年上年仏年法年相死心者利法大部国領上州行政空力将
We will now have our Dharma talk from Reverend Fujimoto.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year to you all. It's nice to start 2026 with our Sunday service, and also being Shotsuki, many family representatives were able to come up and offer incense in memory of someone special in their family that they have lost. So it's always very touching to be part of this service. Towards the end of last year, when we came into the fall season, lots of fall goodies that have been grown were shared at the temple, and each time we come, things from the garden come, and we see in particular fall fruits, kaki, persimmon, and mikan, tangerines are shared. People bring boxes or bags, like, help yourself, help yourself. And then when we come to the New Year's service, usually we have mochi, kagami mochi, that is placed on the altar, and this makes it very special too. And when I see all these offerings that are brought up and provided by others, I think of two words in particular, okage-sama de and mottai nai. So I think of these, thinking of all these things that have to come together, the thought that this is all shared with all of us. So let me read this, please listen carefully. Okage-sama de, I am given this opportunity to live completely in the shadows of the efforts of others. The accumulation of the past actions of others before me allow me this one chance at life. My work, family and friends, the food I enjoy, air and water, is all a gift. Everything is received in the shadows of the efforts of others. Okage-sama de. Mottai nai. I am undeserving of such a gift. What a waste. Mottai nai. So many of us have grown up hearing these words, Okage-sama de, and if you are not of Japanese descent, Okage-sama, Okage means shade or shadows, and O is honorific. Sama is also honorific, and the meaning is that we all live under this umbrella, this shadow that is cast from so many things that have to happen for us to be able to live. So it could be translated to live in the shadows of the efforts of others. So when we hear Okage-sama de, so many causes and conditions allow us this opportunity at life. So it holds a Buddhist worldview to acknowledge, to recognize all these countless causes and conditions that come together to make up our lives. So when we come to this service, Shotsuki service in particular, we come to honor mom or dad, grandma or grandpa, others that have been so close to us in our lives. And as we think about them, we are touched. Maybe we have a certain memory, something we did together, maybe a special occasion. So we're touched by these memories, stories, encounters, adventures we shared that we remember. So then not only that person, but all the conditions that played out at that particular moment. So infinite causes and conditions become that moment and stay with us as a memory. So billions and billions of causes and conditions creating every single moment. So we connect not just to memory of that person, but we connect to this infinite net that we live in. We connect to Amida, the infinite, not in memory, but in reality. Right now, we sense this through the loss of someone we lost and through our recognition of what our own lives are. Okay? So we have this, maybe an example, maybe your son or daughter has found a fitting person to marry, and we say, Okage-sama de. This would convey the gratitude that we have that all these conditions align perfectly, that way they were able to meet each other, to fall in love, to choose to get married. So, wow, amazing. Okage-sama de. Maybe another example, perhaps your mother is maybe feeling a little better from an illness that she had. Someone might ask, how is your mother? And the response, Okage-sama de. Because of so many conditions being just so, things are improving. Right? So maybe in English, it would be a different response. How's your mother? Oh, she's doing much better now. She's feeling better and she's able to move and everything that we're saying. It's she, right? And it's pointing out she is the subject of our thoughts. And when we say Okage-sama de, this is the subject of our thoughts. Okay? So it's a different perspective, not I am, she is, but recognizing this infinite that we're connected to, recognizing Amida that we're connected to. And so the perspective changes a little bit in this use of this Japanese language, Okage-sama de, and even Mottainai. I'll come to that. Okay. In a sense, a mind of awareness is allowed to be. Another example, maybe grandson graduates from high school or college. So Okage-sama de might mean recognizing all the teachers that had played a part, all the authors, all the classmates, sports teams, the coaches, all of these things that come together just so. Okay. Okage-sama de. And so this would be opposed to, oh, John's graduating today. We're so proud of him, right? And he, the individual, becomes the subject of our describing the situation rather than so many causes and conditions. It's a little bit of a different perspective. And I think this is the Buddhist perspective, that we want to make this switch from being, individuals being the subject of our dialogue to this infinite being the subject of our presence of mind, our dialogue. Okay? So Buddhism requires this degree of mindfulness and awareness. And we don't want to just get pulled away from that. So I think it's important to recognize this is the Buddhist perspective, and maybe we can hold that and recognize it, return to that. Mottainai usually means something being wasteful, right? We have all these kaki, persimmon, way too many to eat. So the final few in the bag, they're getting soft now. No one's going to eat them. Guess we better throw them away. Mottainai, they're getting wasted. So that's the usual thought of mottainai. What a waste. We can't eat that last piece of cake. Mottainai, right? And we think of it in this way. There's a sensei in Chicago, Reverend Kono. He wrote about this, his expanding awareness of what mottainai can mean. So he wrote about this. One of his members gave him 2 matsutake mushrooms. In the Japanese community, matsutake mushroom are real special, really a treat. Okay? You have to go into the forest and forage them, dig them out of the ground, and then you can make soup or something out of these matsutake mushrooms. So sensei, a friend of mine from the West, gave me 5 of these matsutake mushrooms. So I want to give you 2 of them. Maybe your wife can make matsutake soup or something. So thank you, kind of a treasure. Chicago, you never get matsutake mushroom, okay? So he was so appreciative that he got these, brought them up towards his residence, but not even an hour later, someone else came by. Sensei, I have matsutake mushroom. So, okay, thank you. So he's so happy, he got some more matsutake mushroom. And the next day he goes to the temple again. Someone else, I just came from Tacoma, Washington. I have this matsutake mushroom. Sensei, please have some. So he has just abundance of all these mushrooms. He feels so good to have. And he had 3 friends from Japan that were going to visit him. So he thought he would treat them. So even for them, very special. Okay? So he prepares a meal, highlighting the matsutake mushroom. And they said, oh, how wonderful. One of the guests from Japan says, people give you such things because you're a Buddhist minister. No one would give you such marvelous gifts if you were doing anything else. Okay? So the only reason you're able to partake, that all of us here are able to partake of this, is because of Amida Buddha. Arigatou gozaimasu, thank you. And Kono-sensei, listening to his guest's words, he was kind of taken aback because he didn't think of it that deeply. He didn't realize all these people giving him this treasured matsutake mushroom, in a sense, offering them to the Buddha, right? And sometimes I have that sense too, right? People give me special things, sensei, have this, not just because I'm sensei, but I represent the temple or the Dharma or Amida, right? I put on these robes and I'm representative of all of this. Maybe I'll go to a different gathering. I don't have my robes on. Maybe it's a Christian gathering. Nobody knows that I'm a Buddhist sensei. Nobody cares. They don't care if I have a seat at a special table. Maybe, want some food? I line up over there with everybody else, and no one says, "Oh, sensei, here," right? But because I have this on, people recognize I'm connected to this. So this is what Kono-sensei felt, and he felt kind of ashamed that he didn't think so deeply about having such a treat. It's only because he's representing Amida. So in that sense, Mottainai is not just being wasteful, it's recognizing again all these events, conditions that allow us to have, to share, to enjoy certain foods, certain gifts, and everything else that makes up our lives. And in varying degrees at different times, we each fill that role, right? We get so much abundance, oh, wow, lucky me. But no, everything, causes and conditions align just so and perfectly, and we receive, right? So we want to think of it in this manner, and then we are able to say, arigato, thank you. We say Namo, recognizing all of these things. So I think often we're told in our Nembutsu teaching of Buddhism, we live the life of gratitude. Right? But we can't have gratitude unless we have this awareness, how we are connected to all else. Right? And the deeper we have this awareness, the deeper our gratitude is. And so this is our path in saying the Nembutsu. Hopefully it's very deep, meaningful words when we say Namo Amida Butsu, because we recognize causes and conditions that are infinite in number, touching us, reaching us every single moment. This is our path. I have time for one more story, so I'll share one more story. Okay? So there's a gentleman in Japan. He wanted to become a sculptor, carving these wooden images of the Buddha. So there was a particular sculptor there that was a master of doing this, and he wanted to learn from this master. So he introduced himself to this master sculptor in Japan, and he would like to come and stay, work with him, and learn from him. So okay, you can come and stay. And after a day, very soon after he came, the master told him, go to the well and fetch some water, bring some water for me to drink, So it's okay. Happy to do something for his master, happy to be asked. So he ran over to the well and had the bucket. He's pumping the water, and he looks at the water, and things floating on top. Dumps it out, gets it so it's real clean, the best looking water. Looks like it's going to taste really good. Nothing's floating on top. And pumping a little deeper so it's cooler water. And Master's watching him pumping, getting the best water. And he yells at him, "Bakataro, right? You fool, you idiot!" Right? And he's calling him this, and he's shocked. He's trying hard to get the best bucket of water for the master. And he thought, I don't know why I'm getting yelled at for this. And he thought, maybe he's the greatest sculptor in all of Japan, but as a person, I don't think I want to be here. I don't know that I want to be with him. What can I possibly learn from someone like this? So he decided he's going to leave in the morning. First thing in the morning, he's going to leave, and chose not to be the sculptor. But before he could leave in the morning, the master had changed to his very formal attire, and he's sitting on this cushion on the tatami, and he calls out to the student to come to his room. And so the student came in and sat to listen to the sensei, and so the sensei told him, "Yesterday, I scolded you when you were getting the water, called you wakatare. So do you know why I did that?" He says, "No, I don't." So you were pumping the water and trying to get the best water for me, but all those buckets of water you just wasted. You could have poured it onto the plants who needed all this water. You could have poured it here, you could have poured it there, but you didn't. It didn't even come to your mind, and you're so wasteful to not recognize that. And so he told him all these things that, wasting the water. This is for you to learn to be a master sculptor. You have to have a deeper idea, a deeper appreciation of everything. You can't waste water like that. You can't waste effort. You can't waste wood. You can't waste time. You have to have a deeper mind of what you are being taught, what you are seeing when you look at a sculpture, when you look at the work. Look deeply, deeply. And so, because of that, you're not ready to be a sculptor. So you can leave, right? He was going to leave, but now he's told, leave. So he's changing his mind. Right? So, wait. I'm so sorry, and apologetic, and he wanted to stay. Please let me stay. I'll retrain my mind. I'll learn all these things that you spoke of. Okay? So he's, all these thoughtless actions reflect your lack of integrity, your lack of character. But he wanted, convinced the master that he could stay, he could learn. Wanted to learn more. And so this, again, is his understanding of his connection to all these causes and conditions. Right? Not to be so wasteful, not to be so mottainai. Okage-sama de, to be recognizing infinite causes and conditions that are everywhere. Okay? The master tells you to do something. Still, you don't forget everything. Recognize. Live with your mind, deeper awareness of all of this that supports and sustains us. So this is the life of Nembutsu that we're learning about, practicing, and when we come to Shotsuki service, all the more the people we have lost, we come and offer incense. They are the ones providing that lesson for you today. Every time you're able to bow, thank you for sharing these teachings. Thank you for being the reason I'm here today. Right? Okay. So please listen carefully. I'll read this quote again. Maybe join me in Kashi. Okage-sama de, I am given this opportunity to live completely in the shadows of the efforts of others the accumulation of the past actions of others before me allow me this one chance at life. My work, family and friends, the food I enjoy, air and water is all a gift. Everything is received in the shadows over my life. Okage-sama de, mottai nai. I am undeserving of such a gift. What a waste. Mottai nai. Namo Amida. Namo Amida. Namo Amida. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei. Please stand for our closing gatha. Honoko no Uta, verses 1, 2, and 3 on page 260 in the purple book. Please be seated. I'm going to ask if there's any announcements, but I have a small announcement. I was informed this morning or this afternoon that one of our members, Lee Caldwell, passed away last Sunday. So services will be scheduled in the future. Okay. Are there any announcements? This concludes our January Shotsukihoyo Memorial Service. Our appreciation to Reverend Fujimoto for your Dharma message. Thank you to the January Toban for the flowers and offerings. Our appreciation to Daryl Yagi for setting up the Honaijin and starting the service with the Kancho. Thank you to Dr. Kent Masuda for the music and the organ playing, and thank you to Tai Long for the video taping. Light refreshments will be served in the hall. If you have not had a chance to do so, you are invited to Oshoka before leaving the Hondo. Thank you for attending today's service.